What's up, YouTube? You already know it's your boy Sticks, and we're going back in the mix. Hey, check this out. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel, on this channel, I got over 250 videos. A lot of those videos are my lockup stories, reaction videos, and I also have some lives. So I got a little bit of something for everybody. If it seems like the type of content you'd be interested in, go check out the channel. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate it. Now today, I'm bringing you another crazy reaction video. We got 7 teenagers that try to outrun the Wisconsin police in a stolen vehicle, all just to make a TikTok. With social media nowadays, everybody's looking for that viral moment, but this one is going to come with some consequences. With that being said, let's take a look at this video and see what's going on. Come on.
Stop or release the dog! Midday on April 10th, 2022, officers from the Glendale Police Department in Wisconsin received a call for help. The caller witnessed a female in a pink sweatshirt leaning into a freshly broken window of a vehicle that was in a parking lot of a shopping complex. When the officer arrives on the scene, they begin patrolling the area for suspicious activity. Before long, they find 2 males who were interacting with a green Hyundai. Upon the officer's arrival, the 2 males jumped into a Kia Optima that appears to have a total of 7 passengers. The officer also noticed that the Kia had a smashed window, indicating that the vehicle was likely stolen. The Kia then leaves the parking lot at a high rate of speed.
Now real quick before I start this video, Wisconsin is one of those places I really don't know too much about, other than I think they're known for making cheese or something. They wear the big cheese hats. But if you come across this video, do me a favor. Drop where you're from in the comments. I want to see how far this video could reach. I'd really appreciate it. Come on.
To the vehicle.
Wrong way on Silver Spring. Approach report. I'm terminated. Frank Paul 74838 out of Illinois.
So the first thing smoking, they run a red light and then jump into oncoming traffic. Yeah, this gonna be crazy.
Wrong way on Silver Spring. Continuing. Bound in the east. I am not in pursuit. I'm just following. Continuing west in the east. Coming up on heavy traffic. Occupied about 5 times. They're continuing in the wrong lanes of traffic. There's heavy traffic coming. I'm only following, not in pursuit. West and the east. They got a flat tire. Back, left side, and driver's side. Front is flat. They're continuing west in the east. Not in pursuit. Some Kia Illinois plates. They have not.
He said only following, not in pursuit. But if you would at least turn your lights on, these people would know to get out of your way so you could get up there just in case these teenagers cause a wreck or something. You know, I mean, he's just driving all casual like nothing's going on.
Corrected back into the lanes, correct lanes of travel.
At this point, the officer loses track of the vehicle. Luckily, officers got a call in from a witness that stated they saw a dark gray Kia traveling at high speeds in another location minutes later. This leads to officers locating the vehicle once again. They continue to pursue.
Oh man, so they actually got away in the Kia, but instead of just chilling out and blending in, they were going so fast that other people called in and gave up their location. Man.
At speeds reported to be up to 100 miles per hour.
Middle from Sydney. I'll be in pursuit again. No traffic out here. Speeds are 78 climbing. Already past the 22,500 blocks eastbound on the hill. Two flat tires on the driver's side. They're going the wrong lanes of traffic again. There's no traffic though. They're coming up to one car on the mill that's going west. They're going east. They're approaching Green.
So a lot of these places nowadays have that thing where if you go so fast or you're operating in a dangerous manner that they'll just give up the pursuit. They don't want nothing to do with it because they don't want nobody to get hurt. And that's probably what they're thinking by going into oncoming traffic, that they'll just let them slip through the crack again.
They hit a red light on Green Bay. They're approaching. They're slowing down. They're going to be going south on Green Bay, the wrong lanes of traffic. I'm going to be terminating. They're coming up to heavy traffic. I'm at 4 to 13. 10-4, just following, not in pursuit. They're coming up to traffic. They're south on Green Bay, coming up to Bender in the wrong lanes of traffic. Alright, we are east on Bender. Back in pursuit. They're on the correct lanes of travel. East on Bender, approaching the parkway. Two flat tires. Crank pole 74838 out of Illinois. Wrong lanes of travel. We are continuing east. We're in the correct lanes of travel now. East on Bender, approaching Sunny Points. Their car is falling to pieces right now.
Man, they're pushing that little Kia with two flat tires already and stuff starting to break off the car and everything. It's only a matter of time.
Just lost their back tire and their last back bumper. They're eastbound on Bender, past the Bittersweet. Speeds are 80. No traffic out here. Correct lanes of travel. Coming up to port. They're on bridge right now, sliding. Coming up to a red light at Bender and port. Nearly missed the vehicle, slid out of control.
Both officers decided to chase the suspects who ran off to the left. Here, you can see the other suspects stop running for a moment once they realize they are not yet being chased.
In pursuit, drivers
Now you gotta realize there's 17s in this car, so there's not that many police. You gotta pick your battle right here. And more than likely, they're gonna go after the driver. And if you can scare him enough, he's going to give up all the names to everybody in that car anyways. Either that or their social media video is going to tell the story. I mean, there's so many ways nowadays to get caught for stuff like this that even if they don't catch all of them on foot, they'll eventually catch up with them. Guarantee it.
Black male, red sweater, black pants, short afro. We are running behind Ace, northbound. Release! Stop or release the dog! The driver, black male, red sweater.
The officers communicate and coordinate as to where the other suspects had run off to in hopes of capturing all 7.
750.
In pursuit. Landmark ready, unit. Stand
Get on the f***ing ground! Get on the f***ing ground! Get down! Get down!
Car, I am warning.
Get down!
Okay, I'm down.
Camera 160. I believe so.
Well, they got the female in custody, the one that actually started the whole thing.
Passengers ran from my location. I see a citizen pointing cell phone on my bell.
750. In pursuit. Landmark ready, unit.
Oh yeah, they're breaking rule number 1 instantly. You gotta divide and conquer. You can't just all 3 run in the same direction. You gotta split apart. Make it a lot harder on them. Dang, they're staying together.
Stop running! Stop running! Stop! Stop running!
This one couldn't even run no more. He was tripping over his own feet. So he has no business even trying to outrun the police.
Put your hands behind your back. To my location, I see a citizen with one of my dogs. 794, I got one female in custody. The black male wearing a pink hooded sweatshirt. Just cut eastbound from this block. I'm right down. One second, I'm in the backyard. Let me get an address. Hands! Let me see your hands! Get on the fucking ground! You on the ground! Now! On your face! All three! I got three behind an address. Get an address!
Look at that. They all three stayed together and made it easy for the police just to say, okay, all three of you come out. Now, if they would each pick different locations, I guarantee you that at least 2 out of the 3 would have got away.
All three! Out! Let's go! No! Hands up! You crawl out on your knees. Let's go! I can't, you're too small. I don't care, you're small. Let's go! 1, 2, 1. On the ground! Let's go. Come off from underneath there. On your face. Sprawled out. East of the Fox Point squad behind the... Go to the block. Just north of the railroad tracks. And come east. Crawl out this way, bud. You, crawl out over here. 1 second, let me get an exact address. Stay there. Move over here. You got them at gunpoint? I got them. We're behind the house on the northwest corner. No, I got 3 at gunpoint and 2 other officers with me. Behind the house. All 3. 1, 2, 3. Hands out in front. Hands out in front. I'm not asking again. Let's go. All right. Currently, we got 1 gray t-shirt, black pants. 1 striped black and white with gray pants. 1 black shirt, light blue pants. Okay. Only if you got a gun. You got a gun? Well, then you ain't got nothing to worry about, do you? Do all of that? Well, maybe you just ran. Almost hit another car.
According to court documents, between the 7 suspects involved, 6 were charged with operating a vehicle without consent as a passenger. 6 of the suspects were charged with resisting an officer by running on foot, with the 7th not being charged as they stayed in the vehicle when it initially spun out. One of the passengers was charged with the possession of THC. The driver of the vehicle was charged with fleeing an officer, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, operating a vehicle without consent as the driver, and resisting an officer. All, if not most of the suspects involved were under the age of 18, and at least 1 passenger is as young as 12 years old during the incident. Because of this, it appears most of the court records have been redacted. Of all their court records, only 2 were able to be found. One of the defendants pled and was found guilty of eluding an officer and was sentenced to 40 days of community service. Unfortunately, that particular individual currently is going through the court system for a different incident they were supposedly involved with in January of 2023. Allegedly, they operated a vehicle without consent and resisted an officer. The other defendant we have information on had their charges dismissed but read in. This means that they were not sentenced, but the charges would stay on the record and be considered if they were to commit another crime in the future. For this particular defendant, it only took them about 3 weeks to be caught driving a vehicle without the owner's consent and fleeing an officer, both of which they were found guilty of due to a guilty plea. For this, that individual was sentenced to serve 12 months in prison with an additional 12 months with extended supervision. However, that sentence was suspended or stayed, and the individual will now serve 24 months probation. Additionally, their license has been revoked for 6 months.
Well, that's pretty much it. So from the age of 18 all the way to 12. And I would say something about what's a 12-year-old doing hanging out with an 18-year-old and older kids and stuff, but I was a kid once and I know exactly how that goes. I hung out with a lot of older people, and I do believe that that got me into a lot of trouble. Now, these kids, they did get a slap on the wrist considering the danger that they put a lot of people in. But for the most part, this probably just starts that whole life cycle of in and out of lockup, because sometimes you got to give them the right sentence in the beginning. Maybe try to help get them out of the streets or something. You never know. But let me know what you thought of this video. It's pretty crazy. All this to try to go viral on TikTok and made a whole big mess. Until next time, hold your head and stay out of lockup.